Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program. Born on the 7th of January, what are you good for? Let me tell you that you are good for plenty. And throughout your life, you will do something very valuable for yourself. It's all a question of what ages, what calendar years, and when, and what your palms show as well. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I'll talk to you about all those energies that you can use to connect to your soul, to become supernaturally very lucky. And I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. We'll talk more about that later. Born on the 7th of January, you will become very lucky with anything to do with the sea. But you have to be careful. Trading with products from the sea like pearls or corals or the fish or boats may be good for you, but the sea itself can be a dangerous place for you. So you should not venture into the sea in small boats or deep sea fishing looking for things. You sell the products by all means from the sea. That should be where you should stop. You can be very lucky with land related issues. And land related issues, they will mean construction, like building on the earth, buildings and schools and other kinds of construction work. And you could be very lucky as a farmer or in anything to do with agriculture, growing things from the land, whether they are for herbs, for medicinal purposes, whether it's the flowers for business. Anything that grows from the land is going to be very lucky for you. And you'll also be very clever because you have got the very fast planets to make you learn things very quickly, giving you that natural feeling of good in communications, good in marketing fields as well. You'll be very quick on your feet with ideas, perhaps too quick. So sometimes slow down and think of how to concentrate on really what you have to do rather than do too much because you may not have the focus to do too much. You'll have the gift of communications. So you could be a great speaker, a great writer, and you could be able to work in a marketing field where you'll be clever to do marketing of products and ideas as well, and promoting people by marketing them as well. You'll be having the creative planet with you, and therefore anything to do with artistry, whether it's dancing, interior decoration, the beauty business, the fashion industry, you are really good for that. So use that. And your level of communication to market your products will be astoundingly good. And you will be very inventive because the planets of information of technology are favoring you. So you'll use IT to do whatever you want, whether working in the data field itself or whether using information technology to produce products that you have a passion for. You'll be able to do that extremely well. So you have a lot that you are good for. As I said, maybe too much because your span of interest is suspect. You want to change here and change there in your interest. That happens easily because you're a very moody person and a very changeable person. So we advise you not to attempt too much. You must focus on what you start. Make sure that you finish it, not change it halfway here and then go on to other things. That's how energy is wasted in your case. You have the planets of determination, and they are determined to make you very solidly successful. You can apply this to energy areas. Sports, for example, you could be a great sports person, a very creative one as well in any sports field. You could be in the military, you could be in the Air Force, and you'll be also very lucky as a pilot, perhaps in the commercial world, because you're a person who will love to go around the world and travel and travel. And you'll have the skills of the third eye, which are waiting to happen. I will teach you how to connect to your third eye, and I will show you how that will lead to connection with your soul and how you become very special with your aura shining as well. You need to have these energies to make you very lucky. Regarding your health, I just want to say a few words that your backaches are going to be very bad. and you may have to depend on medicine as you get older. So some debilitating illnesses may be in you, like diabetes. So if you see me for a full session of 90 minutes based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms, I'll be able to do in depth to let you know where your health areas, which organs need help. And early detection is made that way. Well, you're going to be an artist of some kind. So lean towards that way. Even in the most unartistic businesses, like, for example, a doctor, your artistry will also work, because in the fields where talent is used, it need not be just the dancing and the singing. It may be to do things in a creative way. And you have that talent to do things in a creative and different way from others. So you have a lot going for you. The focus in you needs to be improved. Why? Because you have some inferiority complexes. And sometimes you give up because you're not doing well and you lose hope too quickly. So try to focus on something and stick with it. These inferiority complexes can be in your emotional side of you, in the physical side of you, in the mental side of you. Find out yourself where this emotional or physical or otherwise other ways that you feel inferior, and correct it. It is correctable. Your palms will also show these lines. And your palms will show the skills and at what age your skills are going to be very nicely useful. And I want to talk to you about the ages. Ages are very important in astrology because we base the movement, progress, or lack of progress based on your ages. And we connect your ages to the calendar year to see how they give you a platform or they take away the platform. So for your next year, next 9 years, that's what I'm going to do for you in all areas of your life. What are you good for? You are good for plenty, as you have heard. And you have got the artistry of having the third eye becoming very active in your life, giving you a special intuitiveness. How do you accelerate this intuitiveness? It's what I will teach you. For that, you have to connect to your soul. You, me, and everybody are given a soul. And how to connect and energize the soul to accelerate the energy. That's what I will teach you, to become a special person in the world, in anything that you are good for, and even create other things which you would like to do as well. So you have a horoscope which likes to be famous or well known. And in the area of music and artistry of any kind, you can be very well known because the planet that controls the power of sound is very active with you. So the business of music, whether selling musical instruments, whether creating music, whether performing music, voice-wise or instrumental-wise, you are going to be doing something like that as well. So with your date of birth, time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms. Palms have to be read with a horoscope, not otherwise. Palms don't give you so much energy. Like, for example, ages, very difficult to pinpoint on the palm. So we use astrology and palmistry together. What you shouldn't do, what you are not good for. Don't go into the food and beverage business. You may buy and sell things of food and beverage. They may appeal to you. You may want to open a cafe or a restaurant. They will appeal to you. But the planets that rule that are not very strong. So you're not very good in the area of food and business areas. And also anything to do with timber and wood. You also will not be very lucky. Of course, nobody can stop you doing buying and selling timber and wood or furniture made out of wood or anything about timber. But it won't really perform well for you. So when I have your full date of birth, time of birth, looking at your palms especially, I will know exactly where you ought to be heading for and to excel yourself rather than waste time trying to do many different things. You will be a great traveler, as I said, and the world is your oyster because you'll be very familiar with import and export business. You will be good in that. You'll have that special feeling about you, knowing which product from which country can do well in a different country. So you'll have those skills as well. So all these skills you have, now it's an important thing for you to see me one day. All it will cost you is USD $50 to know your next 9 years. I'll show you a platform of your next 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. Quickly, we'll go through it. And I'll give you a lot of other information, how to connect with your soul as early as possible so that it gives you that supernatural energy to think, to do, and to plan beyond other people. And I will show you also your health areas where exactly things are going to go very, very bad. And what about romance and marriage as well? Many things are marked on your palms when they will be successful, when they will be not. And most of all, the ages that you can look forward to or be very careful about. So there's so much for you because you are good for many things. It's worthwhile for you to now balance your energies by knowing exactly what the date of birth, the time of birth, and your plans are showing, your palms are showing. So that's what I'm going to tell you for this session now. Born on the 7th of January, you're going to be a globetrotter and you're going to have your plans. Very often, your supernatural gifts will give you ideas people don't have. The power of sound is with you, music wise or any wise, where sound is being used. And of course, the promoter you will be, promoting yourself and other people as well. It was great talking to you. Here is my email again. Send me this email. Let's have this 90-minute session good, all for just USD $50. And I will show you how to benefit from your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. All these energies, they pile up one after another. And to be able to connect with the soul is the most important. The sooner you do it, you accelerate energy, special energy. So all that will be done to you. And I'll go into detail for your health as well. So send me this email and let's get going for your next 9 years to be very, very special. Until we meet one day, I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.